Hey, it's Audrey, and in this video, I'm going to be doing activity 5-3, creating a VPN connection and testing the VPN. And that activity can be found on page 180 in the Administering Microsoft Windows Server 2012 book. So, the objective of this activity is to create and test a VPN connection, and in order to do that, I'm going to be using my 411 Server 2 and my Windows 8 computer. So to test a VPN configuration, I need to first create a VPN client connection on my Windows 8 computer and attempting to connect to the VPN server. So currently my Windows 8 computer is configured to be in a different network than my VPN. So I will first need to change the IP address of my Windows 8 computer to match the network of my VPN server. So with that being said, let's get started. So first thing I got to do is log on to my server 2 as an administrator. Give that just a second. Now, from here, I'm going to want to open up the computer management console, and I want to create a new user for the server. So, computer management. Things are just running a little bit slow today, I guess. All right, now that my management console is open, I want to create a new user. So to do that, I click into local users and groups. And I want a new user. And the new user is going to be called VPN test 1. Let's see if I got that right. Oh. Test 1. Set my password. And I'm going to set this to password never expires. Create. Now, click close. Now I'm going to double click into the new user I just created to open up the properties dialog box. So I'm going to click in the dial in tab, and in the network access permissions box, I'm going to click allow access. I'm going to click OK. Now that I have that new user set up, I am going to log in to my Windows 8 computer as an administrator. And then I'm going to change my network settings for this computer now that I'm in here. So to do that, I'm going to right click the start button, click network connections, and I'm going to double click on my internet connection, go to properties, and click into my IP address. And now I'm going to change the IP. So it was originally set to obtain an IP address automatically because with my server 1 it has DHCP, and so by DHCP it gives my Windows 8 computer a IP address because it's on the same domain. So I'm going to change that now to 203.0.113.10 with a class C subnet. And I'm going to leave the default gateway and the preferred DNS blank. OK twice. Close out my network connections. Now I'm going to open up my network and sharing. So there's many ways to do this, but I like to just double right click and get there like that. And I want to click on set up a new connection or network. I'm going to connect to a workplace. And then from here, I'm going to click use my internet connection VPN. And it's going to ask you, do you want to set up an internet connection before continuing? And I'm going to say I'll set up an internet connection later. So, and from here, I lost my spot. Okay, in the type the internet address to connect, in the internet address box, I'm going to write the IP address of my VPN. Okay, now I'm going to click create. Wait. So I am creating that connection. Waiting for it. Okay, now in my networks that are shown, there's my VPN connection right there. So I'm going to test this, see if I configured it correctly. So I'm going to click connect. And now it's going to ask for credentials. So I'm going to use the credentials of the user that I just configured. So then we're going to go VPN test 1. And then put in my password. Click OK. And we'll see if I configured it correctly. So if all goes well, it should connect. If not, I have some troubleshooting to do. Okay, so apparently I did something wrong because it could not connect. So it says remote connection was not made because attempted VPN tunnels failed. Server might be unreachable, but my VPN server is my server 2, which is powered on, so that can't be it. Security parameters may not be configured properly. So I might have an idea to fix this. Maybe my firewalls, aha. So I'm just gonna turn all these off. And I'm gonna come over here to my server 2 and do the same thing, because I bet that's my problem. I bet that's my problem. Let's hope. Okay, let's try this again. All right. All right, let's see if that did it. Sweet, that worked. So now I'm connected to my VPN. So I'm going to click out of that, go into my network and sharing center, and I'm going to click change adapter settings. And I'm going to right click my VPN connection and click into the status. And here, this is the status of my VPN. I'm going to click over to the details. And this, I should see the IP address assigned, which should be right there, the 10.11.0.100. So it worked, so I'm going to click close. So now I'm supposed to right click my VPN connection and click connect disconnect. And I'm going to click on here. I'm going to click, and now I'm supposed to disconnect. So now all I gotta do is reconfigure this computer to go back to its original settings. So to do that, I'm just going to click obtain IP address automatically, and I should be back onto in the right address space as my domain. And that does it for this activity. See you next time.